Sharp knives are essential in every kitchen, which is why today I want to show you guys a device that might change the way you're sharpening your knives forever. Whether you're using whetstones, which I personally don't really like because I find them very hard and somewhat annoying to use, or another type of sharpener, I think this device will suit everyone. And I'm talking about the WorkSharp Precision Adjust Knife Sharpening System. Just so you know, this video is not sponsored by WorkSharp because my channel is way too small to be sponsored by anyone yet. And yeah, I like this so much because it's very easy to use, has a good quality and makes your knives razor sharp. So now let's take a closer look at it. And before I forget, this is the knife we're going to sharpen today. It's a rather cheap but pretty good German knife, and as you can see, it's really dull. Okay, so let's do a quick unboxing. As you can see, the device comes nicely packaged and there is some extra information that is quite useful if you use this device for the first time. But these are not important right now. So as you can see, there are 4 main parts to this knife sharpener and we're going to start to assemble it now. Just take this main part and place it right onto the stand. On the back there's this little thing where you can snap it right into place. As you can see, you can change the angle with which you want to sharpen your knives from anywhere between 15 to 30 degrees. And for a typical kitchen knife, about 20 degrees should do the trick. For Asian style knives, somewhere between 15 and 20 is great. Next we're going to insert the sharpening rod into the little fitting in the middle of the sharpener, and then we're going to attach the clamp to the middle of our blade and tighten it well. Now we can insert the clamp right into the sharpener like so. Just make sure you have it attached in the right way, so that if you push the button on the back of the sharpener, you can actually rotate the knife easily. Once the clamp's in place, we can adjust these little O-rings accordingly. Adjust them so that the sharpening rod doesn't get damaged when sharpening the blade. Once it's done, check the angle again. I set it to 20 degrees for this knife, and then start sharpening with the 320 grit stone like this. Make long strokes with light to medium pressure and continue until you can feel a burr across the whole blade. This step is important because we need to get a base edge with the correct angle on this knife. This can take a while if your knife is super dull like this one that I actually just made very dull on purpose to be able to demonstrate it better. Once we can feel an even burr across the whole blade, we can flip the knife and repeat the same thing on the other side. Now after a little while I was able to feel an even burr on this side of the blade as well. So next what we are going to do is get rid of the burr completely. To do that we just need to sharpen both sides with a roughly equal amount of strokes. I did about 10 strokes in each direction, so 10 to the left and 10 to the right on both sides of the knife. As soon as we can't feel a burr anymore and the edge looks somewhat even, we can switch to the 600 grit stone to smoothen it out and increase sharpness. Now we will sharpen just like before with equal amounts of strokes on each side. For a dull knife like this, I personally like to sharpen each side of the blade 6 times in total with the 600 grit. First I sharpen across the blade 4 times on each side and then 2 more times on each side. And by the way, you should not be able to feel a burr after you've sharpened both sides. If that's the case, do a couple more strokes on each side and try to sharpen it more evenly. And if you're enjoying the video so far, a like would be sharp. After that's done, we can switch to the ceramic side on the sharpening rod. The ceramic side is very fine and will polish the blade to achieve the highest sharpness. Now just sharpen it exactly like before. First, we'll sharpen across the blade 4 times on each side and then 2 more times. But now, because we want an even more polished blade, we will repeat the last step 1 more time. So we sharpen 4 times, 2 times, 2 times. For the finishing touches, I always make 3 to 4 long strokes on each side and repeat that a couple of times. You could also use a leather strop if you have one. Now after that, we are done. Now let's just carefully take out the knife and remove the clamp so we can do a cutting test. Okay, so I just quickly rinsed this under some water and removed all of the metal particles, and now we can make a quick cutting test. Well, yeah, I would say that's pretty good. I would say that's really good, actually. Let's see if it can shave some hair. Here you go. So as you guys can see, the work sharp gets this knife razor sharp. Let me know what you think about it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!